This video is brought to you by the Stimulus Network. Join us this fall for our launch on YouTube on Team Stimulus, Stimulus Production, and the Stimulus Network. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Hey viewers, how's it going? My name's DividableHaloHD, and I'd like to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. So for my 1K subscriber special, I decided to go around asking people what they wanted me to do for a video, and a lot of people suggested that I do an interview of myself. And when I thought about it, I was actually going to do it. And I kind of went like something like this. I was like, hey guys, my name's DividableHaloHD, and today I am joined by DividableHaloHD. Now, it sounded a bit stupid to me, honestly, and it sounded really weird, and I didn't honestly want to do it. So for this video, I'm gonna kind of just talk about my lore. The video is gonna be titled "Interview," since basically it's sort of an interview, sort of, I think. But I am talking about my Halo lore, and that's pretty much what I do when I talk about other people's Halo lore through an interview. So yeah. Anyways, for this video, I'm going to be talking about my past when I first joined the Halo clan community and a bunch of other stuff which led me up to now. Now, recently my channel has just reached 1,000 subscribers. I started this channel around October of 2014, so it is about almost a year old, and I'm pretty glad that I reached 1,000 subscribers before I hit my 1-year anniversary. So for this video, we're going to start from the beginning. I basically joined the Halo clan community officially around I believe December of 2010. Now, I didn't really officially join the actual military community till around March of 2011. So we're going to talk a little bit about the 2010 clan that I was part of. It was more or less a BTB clan, which is basically where we play matchmaking together. We hang around and we chill, which is basically more or less a Call of Duty kind of clan, but this time we were on Halo just playing for fun. And the clan was kind of called Task Force 29. It wasn't really a big clan, it was just more of a clan where we sit around, we have fun, and then we play other clans in competitive games every once in a while. And we didn't really have any contact to the big clans that we did now, or to the big clans such as the UN and the UUF, or the UUN, whatever it was called. And we pretty much started from as just a competitive clan. Now, I'm sorry if this video is going to have a lot of flaws. It is not unscripted. It is not scripted at all. So you're going to probably hear a few hiccups or a few mistakes that I'm going to be doing right here, because I recorded this video about 3 times. This is my 3rd time. The other times I kind of messed up, and then like this last other time, pretty much I unplugged the mic. Yes, I unplugged the mic. But yeah, let's start with the military community. I officially joined the military community somewhere around March, as I was saying, in 2011. Now, what came across, I was basically scrolling through YouTube, and I came across a YouTube video titled "The Darkened Commandos Recruitment Video," and it was Halo Reach Clan Darkened Commandos recruitment video, and it was one of the recruitment videos that I basically messaged the clan later asking to join the clan. Now, pretty much back then, there were a lot of other recruitment videos that I also signed up for, such as the UN, the UUF, but I never really heard a response from them, so I basically went to whatever clan responded to me first, which was the Darkened Commandos. Now, they were a military competitive clan, which many of the clans back then were, and they mainly did a lot of their clan battles through basically more or less a competitive game on a 3v3, 4v4, 8v8 or whatnot. And one thing that really got me interested into this clan was their website. Their website basically had a ranking system, a roster, and a medal system. And that was something that was interesting that other clans did not have. A medal system where basically you deserved an award for doing something within the clan. And that was really the first time that I tried to do something for a clan, or try to be more serious within a clan for. So I was in the Darkened Commandos for about 2 months. I became great friends with the 3rd leader of the clan, which was I Hate Walter, and their ranking system for leader was Leader 3, Leader 2, and Leader 1. Now, it is a bit weird if you think about it now, but back then that was something that was a bit more understandable, and that was something that I later adopted when I created my very first clan. But getting back to Darkin Commandos, when I was in the Darkin Commandos, I really thought that this clan was pretty amazing. Now, we had armor color for whatever branch we were in, and I believe I was in the Marines, as many people who first join a clan want to be part of is the Marines. And later on, as I was in the clan, I rose through some of the ranks. I kind of made it to sergeant, and then eventually I decided, you know what, I want to lead my own clan. So I left the Darkin Commandos and created a clan called the Hell Jumpers. Now, the Hell Jumpers was spelled H3LL, and the reason why it was spelled H3LL, well, basically H3LL Jumpers, was because there was a YouTube video already released titled Hell Jumpers, which is spelled the normal way. And I didn't really want to steal a clan name or kind of have the same clan name as someone else, so I basically just decided to name it H3LL. And it kind of stuck for a while, and a lot of people thought it was a little bit more understandable. And you got to think, this was back in 2011 when I started it. So when I created the clan, I decided to adopt a lot of the stuff that the Darkin Commandos had. Now, the main thing that I adopted was a medal system. The ranking system was basically a plain ranking system that many other clans had. And the roster thing was something that other clans had as well. So when I created my website, I basically threw in the same kind of stuff. And I guess the medal system was the only thing that really was actually copied from the clan. The clan's, I guess, more... I don't know how to say it. Well, I guess the ranking system or the medal system was something that was really unique to the clan before that I kind of took as well. So when I was searching around for allies, I messaged the UN, I messaged the UAF, and they did not respond to me. So I decided to message the Darkin Commandos, my old clan that I was part of. Their clan leader was okay. He messaged me and he started saying like, "Oh yeah, we could be an ally as long as you show me your website." So I sent him my website link, and then he responded to me saying like, "Oh, you copied everything we've done." And I guess we kind of did copy everything they'd done. We were more inspired by their clan. We descended off their clan. So I guess he got really mad at me, and he decided to declare war on me. Now, there's a few videos that he's released on YouTube that are still up, titled Hell Jumpers versus the Darkin Commandos. If you guys want to go search it up, it is a bit embarrassing, and it's also a bit untrue in some of those videos that he titled basically where we were competing against each other. Now, he claimed that I basically stole his ranking stuff, which was true, but then he also said that I started to call him out in Xbox Live parties and then started to become like a bit more aggressive towards him or something, which is untrue because I really just said, okay, I'm sorry and stuff like that, and then I kind of just left the party. But anyways, we went on to do some more competitive games. We did do competitive games with him in the first place. And I guess it was officially declared as a war between the Darkin Commandos and the Hell Jumpers, which is something that I've really never ever participated in, so it was really my first war. Now, in the war with the Darkin Commandos, we got our ass kicked. And there are YouTube videos up there to show it. There are 4 competitive games where basically we get slaughtered. And one of the games was actually really close. I believe we were off by 2 or 1 kill. I'm not really sure. But it was on SWAT, so I'm not sure if that counts. But yeah, pretty much we were involved with the war and we lost the war. And I was a bit bummed about losing the war, and I didn't really feel discouraged to leave to basically end my clan at all. So I just went on with the Hell Jumpers, and I kind of just like really ignored the Darkin Commandos, and really didn't really participate with them that much, as pretty much they were more of like a competitive try-hard clan as you would view them now in the community if they were here, and that's how things went. So basically, I went on with my life, and they went on with theirs, and I started to recruit for the Hell Jumpers. I eventually became friends with a guy named I Am the Kazoo, and we were pretty much good buddies. And then later on, I asked him to be my vice president or my leader too, as I went, of the Hell Jumpers clan, and he agreed to it. And he was a really good leader. He was a really good guy, and he pretty much recruited a lot of the Hell Jumper members. And he kind of helped me develop more of the military structure that we had. And it was more or less like Marines, Navy, and I guess Marksmen and National Guard, Marksmen and Air Force. So yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And pretty much I created my very first recruitment video too as well. And the video was, I guess, average. It got around 500 views, but my channel was really small back then. I think I only had like 10 subscribers at the time. And it was on my old channel, DividableHalo, if you guys are wondering. Yes, that old channel, DividableHalo, was the very first channel that I started off with around 2010. And I guess things went on, and I eventually found my third leader, which was Leader 3, and his name was ShutUpDie02. Now, both these leaders are currently still in the Halo Clan community. I'll tell you who they are after I go into more depth on what happened. And pretty much, ShutUpDie02 got his rank through a competitive game with me. And this was a bit more amateurish for promoting him to Leader 3 because he was, I guess I kind of promoted him to Leader 3 because he was really skilled at the game. Like, he kicked my ass in like a 1v1. And then I was like, you know what? How would you like to kind of be part of my clan and help recruit more competitive people to the game or to my clan? And he agreed to it, and that's kind of how he became my Leader 3. And I guess he was more or less a friend as well, even though he was more of a trash talker as well. Even he's a trash talker now. But yeah, we went on with our life, and we started to recruit more members. Eventually, I gained around 70 members within the clan, or I think it was 50 or 70 members. I'm not quite sure, but that was still a lot for me, for having like a really new clan and really didn't know much. We were still developing more of a military style, but we also had our more competitive aspects, as many other clans did back then. They had more or less like just doing like 4v4s, 8v8s, as many clans did. There wasn't really much involvement with raids as the UN participated in, but for small clans like us, we did like 8v8s and stuff. So eventually we started to adopt the raiding aspects where we get people to basically come on our maps and they raid us, and we basically try to defend our base. And it started off with like more meeting maps where basically we were sitting on meeting maps, and then other clans joined in and they started attacking us, and we defended our meeting maps. And then later on it evolved into fortress maps and then raid maps officially, where they raided us and we defend. We didn't really go off attacking much clans or raiding much clans, except for this really first time that we actually started, which happened to be the United Union clan. Now, this was really our first official attack raid. I wasn't really part of it, but my clan members started to get spawn killed. They told us that they were in a raid and that they were getting spawn killed and they needed my help. So I joined the game. My Leader 3 joined the game as well, ShutUpDie, and we started to get spawn killed and slaughtered instantly. We were later kicked from the game, and I was really furious that we were basically getting spawn killed on a raid map, and we were basically got kicked from the game in the first place. So I messaged the leader, Sentry Strike, who he was at the time, and I told him that I declared war on his clan. Now, a couple minutes later, I got invited to the game, and I was allowed to bring one bodyguard. So I brought my Leader 3, who is ShutUpDie. Now, Leader 3, I'm just going to start explaining as Vice President the Second, as pretty much it was something amateurish back then. So I had my Leader 3 with me, or Vice President 2 with me, and we went into the game. It was more or less a meeting map, where basically we had Strike sitting on a podium, or I guess, I'm not really sure, like a jury thing. And he was sitting up there, and he was talking to me one-on-one. My Vice President was there, my second Vice President was there bodyguarding me. And I started talking with Strike back and forth, and we started to talk out our problems. And he decided, like, you know what, we're not really interested in really in a war, I guess, which kind of irritated me, but I understood. And pretty much this was the time when this United Union Federation was merging into the United Nations for the very first time. And I guess he was saying that he didn't really want to this war to actually happen, as he was like just beginning the process of moving into the United Nations. And I was like, yeah, you know what? It's fine. I don't really have a beef with the United Nations, and I didn't really want to continue my war to the United Nations, as I viewed the United Nations as a really big and respectable clan during the time that this was actually happening. So the United Nations, they moved on, or the United Union Federation moved on to the United Nations, and I continued my career path with basically my three leaders, or my other two leaders. And during this time, I decided that I really wanted to become a well-known military clan. And it was somewhere I'm not really sure, around 2011 when we officially changed the Helljumpers name to the United Armed Forces. There was no other actual clan within the Halo clan community that had the name United Armed Forces, so we decided to adopt the name and we became more of a military clan. So we had the marksmen, we had the pilots, we had the Marines, and we had the National Guard or the Navy. I'm not really sure. They're both basically the same, summed up in my book during that time. And we followed more of a military structure where we changed our clan leader colors basically to whatever branch we were. And my vice president, Damitz Kazoo, basically became the Marine leader. Shut Up Tai 02 became the marksman leader, and I became more of the Navy leader or the National Guard leader. And there was a pilot leader that was later put in place, but the pilot division never really expanded, which we later changed on to, I believe, the Air Force. And I guess the Air Force was really not popular within our clan. And we never really had a leader with that. We just kind of had people that came by and came past. And I guess that was the first time the United Armed Forces was established as a military clan. We didn't really have much competitiveness within the clan. And we went on with basically making whatever we did. I made a few Halo Clan recruitment videos that became successful and got a lot of views and got a lot of members. And eventually we started the Dividable Empire, as it was based off the Century Empire. Now the Dividable Empire was something, it wasn't really an empire, I guess it was Dividable Nation. And the Dividable Nation is something where we got people to change their name to Dividable. Now the very first person to become a Dividable was a person that was my vice president, which was Damitz Kazoo, and he of course became Dividable Kazoo. Now I tried to convince Shut Up Tide to become a Dividable, but he wasn't really on with the idea. And later on, I guess he became aggravated with me and left the clan to start his own clan called the Red Faction. Now, Shut Up Tai 02's clan, the Red Faction, was something, I guess, a clan that was meant to attack UAF only. And Dividable Kazoo wasn't really best buddies with Shut Up Tai 02, and I guess that was one of the reasons why Shut Up Tai 02 left as well, because he wasn't getting along with Dividable Kazoo at all. And there were more people that later became Dividables. There might be some people in the Halo Clan community now that were once Dividables, and I guess that's how they know me. I guess that's how I know them, and I guess that's how they know me as well, was because of the Dividable and the UAF. Now, a lot of clans didn't really know the UAF, as we weren't really as popular through media. I guess we had around 150 subscribers at one point, and that was when UAF was still up and at its prime. But we weren't really as big as compared to the Department of Defense, and the Department of Defense had like around 250 subscribers. UUF had around like 600 subscribers. In the United Nations, they had obviously their big, huge subscriber count, and I guess that's how they were really big for media. And I guess we really decided that we wanted to step up our media as well, so we decided to create a lot more recruitment videos, which, yes, I said became successful. And we decided to throw in some other stuff, such as, I guess, some new studios that opened up, such as StimUlis Production Studios, which was dedicated to machinimas only. And that's where things started. Now, eventually, Dividable Kazoo became friends with a guy named Zektorn, who you guys probably know that became vice president of the United Union Federation. And Zektorn really helped us improve our raiding maps. We decided to, it was really the first time we were introduced to doors on raid maps, or walls or something, where you basically hit a button and the doors came down. And that's really where we officially developed one of the most raid maps, or one of the best raid maps we ever had. Dividable Kazoo was a really skilled forger and developed a lot of the UAF maps. My brother Hellhound23, who later becomes Dividable Realm as we know him now, was a really skilled forger as well, and me and him built a lot of forge maps, or built a lot of maps that were raid maps for us. And it was really something like that we love to do, was forge. And we really did not participate in much wars against other clans. We had once again had clans that raided us. And I guess one clan that decided to raid us was something that was led by a guy named Fallen01C. Now, Fallen does not remember raiding UAF one time on a meeting map, but there is a screenshot of him assassinating me on the meeting map, and it was during the time I had UAF. And I'm not sure if he remembers the clan called UAF at the time, but that's where a lot of things developed later on when I came back to the community in 2014 when I tried to restart UAF and his UAF was up as well. But getting back to it, we did a lot of just common raiding between other clans. At one point, we had the United Union raid us, and then there was other clans such as Fist of the North Star, and other clans such as clan leaders such as Frostbite raid us at one point. And that was officially when we first started getting involved with other clans in the Halo clan community. Now, during the time of Voltage, there was a lot of problems within the community. A lot of people were getting really upset with Voltage due to their fake, or I guess setups, assassinations against clan leaders. And at this time, I believe Sentry Strike was also leaving, and this was kind of the start of the first Clan War number 2, or the Clan War number 2 to be per se. Bleh, I can't talk right now. But yeah, the Clan War number 2 was something that the UAF kind of participated in, or really actually participated in. And we participated in on the ACTO Alliance. Now, the ACTO Alliance was developed by the Department of Defense, and we recently became allies with DoD. And I started talking to SOCOM 3rd Group more and more. Now, at this time, UAF kind of had around 200 members, which was really big for us at the time. And we were prepared to fight. Our main goal was to attack the UUF because the UUF was something that we really did not like. As we know it, the UUF was more of an antagonist clan that meant, I can't talk. It was more of a clan that a lot of people did not like. So we decided to attack basically the JARC Alliance because they had UUF. So during the time of the war, we participated in a lot of raids against the UUF. During the time, Sentry Strike also had to take a leave of absence, which basically led Zektorn in charge, and later Zektorn became the president of the United Union clan, or the United Union Federation clan. And we were basically participating in a lot of raids. At this point, UAF was kind of getting drowned out by the amount of people that were skilled in UUF, I guess. Or I guess they hired more of like a competitive team to be part of their raids. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. We were losing a couple of the games, and then we decided to pick up our wars by changing to more of a competitive name such as Virus. Now, Virus was something that was basically a sub-branch of UAF, and it only stuck for about a month, and it was during the war. So if you guys, there is a video, or not a video, I guess there is a website that was developed by Terrible Austin during the time, where it shows who's on the ACTO and who's on the JARC side, and it shows me leading Virus, SOCOM leading DoD, and Terrible Austin leading Creed, which was part of the ACTO Alliance, where we faced, I guess, the JARC Alliance. So this whole war was basically me fighting UUF. And not really much other clans participated in the attacks against UUF. I know Creed and DoD participated in a lot more raids with CENTCOM as they had more beef with CENTCOM. So that's pretty much what happened there. Pretty much I faced UUF, and the other clans basically faced CENTCOM in the war. So the war basically kind of ended as CENTCOM was defeated by DoD. And I guess UUF was defeated by UAF or Virus per se, because I believe there was one raid that was done when Zektorn was leader, and this was probably one of the biggest raids that I've ever done. I've explained it in the HGF podcast a bit, but in this war, basically, Zektorn was attacking us, and the main goal was to assassinate the leaders of UUF and to also keep them out of the base for more than an hour. Now, we kept them out of the base for more than an hour, and they basically agreed to the raid terms of only an hour. And our goal is mainly to basically kind of just assassinate Zektorn, which we did. So I assassinated Zektorn and basically ended the game. They admitted defeat, and then about a day later, that's when Zektorn resigned from the UUF, and that was the very first time that UUF fell officially. And UUF later rose as UFR by Sentry Strike, but that's a whole different story. Many people, I guess, decided to take claim, or I guess decided to take try to take the fame of saying that they defeated UUF during the time of the Golden Ages or the Great Clan War number 2, but mainly it was thanks to the ACTO Alliance that the UUF had fallen, and it was a really successful time that the UUF. It was a really successful time when clans were up there. So the ACTO Alliance was probably the winning side of the war. Now, I'd like to apologize right now as we're getting almost into 25 minutes of the video. I am having a bit of a mess up. I'm just trying to go by my mind and what I remember, so yeah. But yeah, getting back to this video. So, DoD was basically successful, Creed was successful, and pretty much a lot of clans were successful. CENTCOM continued, and the UUF was gone and basically ceased to exist for a really long time. And during this time, FleetCom decided to not get involved in the Acto Alliance war because they feared basically V100 would try to participate, as V100 usually tried to start up conflict with FleetCom and whatnot. But that's something I've heard. I don't really want to basically say what went on. But yeah, pretty much the Acto Alliance had won the war, and pretty much the Acto Alliance ceased to exist after that. It was more of something that we used when other clans declared war on us, and nothing really happened like that. And that's really when sort of the golden age ended for a lot of other clans, is when basically the Great Clan War #2 kind of came to an end. Now, don't get me wrong, it didn't like end. The golden age did not end like right there after the war was over. It was more or less 2 months later when the United Union, or not the United Union, I think it was 2 months. I don't know. It kind of ended when the United Nations fell for the very first time. And that was a really shocker to a lot of clans. No one really expected that the United Nations would fall, as it was more or less a big, huge, powerful superpower clan, or not a really big superpower clan. It was more or less had like a best clan image in the Halo clan community, and not a lot of people expected that the clan would fall, as it was more of a centerpiece where a lot of people basically idolized the United Nations as a clan, like kind of the head clan of the community. Even though like we heard stories that the United Nations wasn't doing well, that thanks to Shadow Sniper being gone, I guess that's kind of where things went. But pretty much, sorry, my bad. Pretty much what ended up happening is I changed my clan name from Virus to UAF back before the war ended. So Virus was around for only about 1 month, and then pretty much went back to UAF. And that's the time when Shut Up Ty decided to, I guess, start attacking us again with the Red Faction. And we had a lot of other people in the clan that started a lot of problems. There might be a guy that you know in the community, such as Maceo AI, who was known as Sticky Swag, who performed a lot of spec off operations against the started a lot of spec op operations between Red Factions and UAF. Eventually, he joined Red Factions, and eventually he joined UAF. It was conflict. There was another guy known as Dividable Frost, who became involved with UAF and involved with Red Factions. He was more of a troublemaker within both of these clans. And I guess when Red Faction ended, that was when UAF was more or less on top for persuading against fighting other clans. Now, my moral back then was to kind of try to fight other clans to claim top of the community, because we were a well-known clan during the time of the end of the Great Clan War #2. We had allied with the Department of Defense. We had a sort of an agreement with Creed. We were allied with FleetCom for like a small time, and we were trying to get an alliance with the United Nations clan, but it did not happen because the United Nations fell. Once the UN fell, many clans fell after them. The Department of Defense later fell for its, I guess, first time before it restarted back in Halo 4. The UUF was still gone, and I guess FleetCom and V100 ceased to exist during this time. I don't really know what happened to V100, but FleetCom was still there. And during this time, UAF had about 500 members according to our roster, and about 400 of them were active, and then some of them were on and off. And we didn't really we didn't really care. We just knew we had 500 members. So basically, we decided to try to attack FleetCom for our very first time. Now, Dividable Kazoo was a good leader, and he led the Marine Corps, and the Marine was probably the biggest branch that we had. It had over at least 200 members in it, and we had also the Navy, or the National Guard. Now, the National Guard was also a big branch as well, as it was constantly competing with basically the Marines, but the National Guard also had a problem, which was bad leadership. And I guess leadership was handed down to our eventually third of the clan, which was Dividable Nova. Now, he later became ZX the Nova, but Dividable Nova was on and off within the clan. And I guess that was kind of why the UAF kind of did not have like a strong like National Guard or even like a strong defense, was because the National Guard wasn't really suitable to defend. But we also had the Marines, which the Marines was a lot well disciplined. Now, during the time of FleetCom and the UAF kind of conflict, Rammer 13 wasn't really there, or Rammer, I'm not really sure if that's how he spells his gamer tag, but Rammer wasn't really there, which basically kind of left Forcible Nick in charge of the clan, which I believe he was a military leader, or an officer leader within the clan. I'm not really sure how it went. But Forcible Nick was left in charge of the clan, and we've been hearing rumors that Forcible Nick was basically getting tired of being the only person in charge of FleetCom. So we decided to take our opportunity and try to attack FleetCom. Now, FleetCom responded by basically attacking us back, and eventually we had a few battles in which FleetCom sent their finest, according to DividableHalo, and FleetCom eventually, I guess, fell when Forcible Nick decided to, I guess, start Advent, and FleetCom merged into Advent. So Advent wasn't really that big when it first started out, and I guess UAF was probably one of the top clans during its time. And I basically claimed victory as being one of the top clans within the Halo clan community. And there wasn't really much clans in the Halo clan community after that. Like, there wasn't really much big clans. The UUF was gone, the United Nations was gone, Department of Defense was gone, Creed, I didn't really hear much about. V100 kind of just faded away. And there were other clans that were growing, such as Joker Nation and the Metal Uprising clan. Now, 2 months later, I believe my vice president, DividableHalo, left the clan. And during this time, this was a time when Navcom started to grow. Now, Navcom was one of the reasons why, or I think one of the reasons why I had a grudge to Navcom for such a long time when I came back, was due to the fact that DividableHalo left for Navcom. Now, Zektorn joined Navcom, and Kazoo was still friends with Zektorn and persuaded him to join Navcom. And Navcom was a pretty new clan, and a lot of people were starting to get interested in like more of the roleplay of the UNSC community. So when DividableHalo left the clan, he was my main leadership, and he had a big chunk of the clan. A lot of members followed to Navcom, and that was kind of the very first time that UEF had fell. And we didn't really officially fell, we were still there, but we did not really have much leadership and much power. Later on, we recruited more people that took their place, took leadership place, such as Little Skittle, Boiling Eagle, Dividable Killer, who is now known as GWR Sentinel, and Dividable Duck, and a guy named, I believe, Danger X Zone, which I'll get onto later. And they were my main leadership power. I wasn't really online due to many times I was trying to like be busy. Sorry, I wasn't really online because I was busy with school, so I was really leaving my powership and my leadership up to basically these leaders that I stated out before, and pretty much that's what ended up happening there. The clan started to slowly fade away, and leadership was given up to Dividable Duck and Danger X Zone. Later on, I was flowing back in and out of the community, and that was kind of like the first time I actually decided to leave the clan community. Now, the reason I left the Halo clan community back in around 2013 was due to the fact that it was a lot stressful for me to deal with clans and to deal with school. And as much as I loved UAF, I didn't really think I was able to lead the clan, knowing that I wouldn't really have much success in leading it with school and everything that I was dealing with. And that was really the first time I left the Halo clan community. So pretty much I left UAF with my leadership under Dividable Duck, X Danger Zone, and pretty much all these other leaders that I listed before. Now, later on, the clan basically, I heard, went really downhill from there. There wasn't really media that was being developed for the United Armed Forces, and pretty much I heard that leadership was later on given to Danger X Zone. And somewhere around the summer of 2013, UAF officially disbanded, and that was kind of the end of the era. Now, I was out of the Halo clan community around pretty much August of 2013 when UAF fell, and I kind of was getting really bored, or not really bored, really stressed out with the Halo clan community, and leaving it was kind of something that I needed to do, and it kind of relieved all the stress that I had. I later on went into the dark side of my YouTube career when I started creating Minecraft videos and Let's Plays and whatnot. And that's pretty much what led to now when I developed my channel in October of 2014. Now, I'd created my channel in October of 2014 mainly for Let's Plays such as doing stuff like, let's say, game nights, as you can see on my channel if you look further back. But I also wanted to recreate my clan UAF. Now, the leader that I had before, Danger X Zone, was was still in contact with me, and he was really excited to help me create my clan again. Now, I wasn't still available to actually kind of have like full leadership power of the clan and lead the clan to what it is now, but it was still successful it was still successful as I kind of led the clan as an emperor and had a president that was in charge. And being emperor, it's not really as you think. I kind of just did international affairs, created a recruitment video, as you guys could see on my channel, and I kind of led it from there. Now, later on, like during the time of UAF, back on Halo Reach for 2014, we encountered Fallen 01C's UAF, and we had a little bit of a conflict there. Fallen stated that he never knew my clan at all, and then later on there was evidence showing that he was in a game with my clan back then, around 2011. But the whole thing was basically dismissed as it was kind of a misunderstanding between when these clans were created. As he created his kind of in the beginning of 2013, I created mine around 2011 all the way to 2013, summer 2013. But, pretty much that's what happened there. I kind of just left things going like that. And UAF was active for about a month, and we kind of dealt with other clans such as like the Mythic clan, if you guys know who Mythic X Flame is, and we dealt with like Delta Force, which was basically a clan that was freaking terrible at like it was just terrible clan. I don't really want to get into it that much. And we kind of dealt with UUF for a bit because they were kind of starting back up as the clan that we know now. But there was another leader that also came back to me. If you guys don't remember, or if you guys remember, I was talking about ShutUpTie02, the guy that basically led a rebellion against UAF back then. He decided that he wanted to start a clan again, and this time he wanted to take the name Virus, the clan that he was actually part of too. Because he joined Virus basically to kind of help us in the war, and he wanted it to be more of a mercenary military clan, which Virus was meant to be. And he wanted to restart the name Virus, this time in his own leadership. So ShutUpTie02, this time he actually changed his gamer tag. If you guys know who he is Darkened Snipes. Shit, did I say it wrong? No. Yeah, he's Darkened Snipes right now in the Halo clan community. And he ran basically the Virus clan. He's also responsible for running basically the Darkened community, gaming community. I'm not really sure what he is. And basically UAF, the modern UAF, which was the one that I restarted in 2014, was allied with Virus for some time as well, because basically we had the same moral and we both basically had the same past and everything. And eventually, about 2 months later, UAF shut down because the president wasn't really worthy enough of leading the clan. We eventually got the Mythic clan to basically, or Mythic Flames clan to basically merge into us, and he had about 70 members, and then once those 70 members decided that they didn't want to be part of the UAF, they left. And Danger X Zone like basically feared, saying like, "Oh, I lost all my members, and I basically can't run a clan right now." So he kind of chickened out and just like ditched the clan, which is why I don't talk to him this day. And I guess I decided to start involving myself in the Halo clan community more and more. And that's why you see basically a recruitment video on my channel called Virus. And that's because I decided to rejoin Virus, the one that was run by Darkened Snipes. And basically me and Snipes were really good friends. We're still friends to this day. Every time I get on Xbox, I talk to him once in a while. And he's still involved in the Halo clan community. I believe he was part of Nos, I can't remember the clan name, but it was run by Samuel, one of the Samuels. There's a lot of Samuels. And then eventually Virus basically disbanded, and then later on I decided to join the United Union Federation. And I believe a lot of people might know my story after I joined the UUF. Basically, there was a lot of problems with UUF. I became third of the clan instantly, and basically all I had was media power, and was because I was doing the interviews. And the interview series was something that was really new at the time. Like, when I first started the interview series, the very first person I interviewed was Century Strike. And Century Strike was one of the people I interviewed because I still had contact with him, and he knew who I was back in the Golden Age, and he also knew what I did back in the Golden Age, which was destroy his clan. So he had a lot of respect for me back then, or a couple months ago, I guess you would say. And I basically joined his clan, and I rose quickly to third of the clan, and I eventually started the United Union Enterprise. And later on, I decided to leave the clan after Strike basically went against his own word and started basically using gas chamber maps against the UNSC after all that whole fascist incident. And then, yeah, it went on from there. So I left the clan, I exposed the clan through a video, told the truth of what basically Strike was doing, and I was immediately blacklisted to this day by Century Strike. Now, the next clan that I joined was the Espelon Eridani Fleet, EEF, and the only reason really why I joined it is because I was talking to a guy named William of the clan. Now, there was a lot of Williams, but this William was kind of more of a friend to me than like all these other Spartans that were a part of it. Now, basically, I had a big media influence in the clan community, I guess I had a standard media influence during this time due to the interview series. So I was instantly basically went through cadet training. Eventually, I basically made it to E1, and then later I was put into the basically sergeant training, which is E5, and became E5. Later on, EEF merged into Fleetcom. No one liked it, so they left, and then basically the clan fell apart from there. And that's officially the last clan that I've been in since now, and pretty much EEF had a good influence, but I guess they weren't really skilled, as they were only skilled in making or recruiting a lot of members, and yeah. So this is where I am now, pretty much. I'm kind of just making media for the Halo Clan community. I do get myself involved with a lot of leaders, trying to assist them by making these interview series, because the whole point of the interview series was to kind of get people knowledgeable of how like old clan leaders operated back then, how like they were successful, and then maybe like one day these new clans that watch these interview series could take inspiration and kind of I guess learn from like how these leaders were so successful. And I guess some of the interviews are modern, as we do with like Shaky Divine, maybe Michael, and all these other people, and then we eventually did Leg Link, we did Michelle, and I did a lot of people part of the interview series. The interview series is probably the biggest series that I've ever done ever before, including when I was back in Minecraft. But the interview series, I think, is a lot more helpful to a lot of people within the Halo Clan community, as it is something that acknowledges new clans and new clan leaders to become successful in their career. Now, I am at 1,000 subscribers, and I do not plan to leave the Halo Clan community just yet. Even though the Halo Clan community could get bad, and a lot of people trash talk each other now, I still do enjoy the Halo Clan community, and I believe that we can kind of like, I guess we could kind of like grow more and more onto Halo 5. Now, I do plan on making more videos about the Halo Clan community, and I guess I kind of want to explore more into making other videos for more of the Halo community in total, such as Halo Wars, and much more, and stuff like that. Now, the current Halo Clan community, as I do usually on my interview series, is I talk about how can we help the Halo Clan community. I've been kind of helping the Halo Clan community through the interview series and my media. A lot of people look up to me through my media, and that's kind of like the only reason why a lot of people kind of respect me is through my media, my interviews, and sometimes my opinion. Now, a lot of people sometimes do not like my opinion, but yeah, it's an opinion. Not everybody likes someone the same opinion. But either way, I do get discouraged at times, which is why the reason I made a video, watch before you dislike. But after that video, I kind of decided, you know what, I don't really need to care. A lot of people start to basically dislike bot, and that's just a problem in total for another video that I'll go on later on. Now, one reason why I kind of joined back from the Halo Clan community is because I missed it. A lot of people that are in the Halo Clan community are in the Halo Clan community due to the role-playing and the fun part of the basically community. Now, role-playing is probably the biggest thing on why people love the Halo Clan community. The UNSC had a beyond roleplay, which is why a lot of people love the UNSC. And sadly enough, I did like or not sadly enough, I did like EEF during my time in being in there due to the role playing. But the military community was something that I was born on. A lot of people say that I don't do much media for the Sangheili community, and a lot of people say I don't do much media for the UNSC community. And I try to do media for the UNSC community, but really I would have been part of like the military community pretty much my whole career in the Halo clan community, which is why I have a fair amount of respect for the Halo military clans. I do respect the UNSC clans, but there isn't really much people that want to really assist me within the UNSC community. And people that do, well, I guess I guess they're just nice. And for the Sangheili community, it's something I want to get more involved with through media. So for the future, you will probably be seeing me doing more media for the UNSC and the Sangheili community. Now, I know there's a lot more other communities out there, but as for now, the more dominant side of the community is the Sangheili and the military and the UNSC. So that's pretty much where I stand for my future, and pretty much how I plan to basically help the Halo Clan community through media, anyways. Anyways, guys, I might eventually create UAF back again. I know a lot of people don't really care if I decided to take my old name back, and it wasn't really much of a problem back then, but when I created UAF again back in 2014, but we'll see how things go. Anyways, guys, I'd like to apologize for this kind of unscripted interview, or more or less lore. I know there's a lot of word fuck-ups that a lot of you guys might get irritated by, but honestly, it was really hard to basically talk for about 15 minutes or 40 minutes, depending on how it is. I'm actually pretty amazed how other people through the Halo Clan community are able to talk that long through my interview series. But that's pretty much my lore, my history, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed, like this video up. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, be sure to basically comment down below. And I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on my lore and whatnot. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.